my podcast show. Welcome to the House of Pain. Welcome to the Ron Payne Podcast Show. And we are live. Welcome to a very special Ron Payne Show. My name is Ron Payne, and welcome. And we're going to get straight down to business tonight because, like I said, awesome. Inspirational isn't even a word for our show tonight. Tonight we have the very decorative, the platinum icon, one half of the Platinum Enforcers, Phil Brown. We're going to bring him on here very shortly. But first and foremost, very excited about upcoming weeks. There's just so much different things going on right now. Between October coming up, we got October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month for Susan G. Komen Foundation as well. You know, we're hooked up with them as well, and hopefully everybody enjoys the new website that I put up. I had to make some construction to there, and we'll be adding more links and everything, so you guys can go online and make your donations. If you guys don't want to do it through the website, go to susangkomen.org or .com, whichever one you guys prefer, and make some good donations to help a great cause. As I said before, we got Phil Brown on the show. I know this gentleman in and out of the ring. I've had the privilege of going one-on-one with the man himself, and you know, they don't call him the platinum icon for nothing. You know, he's got such like resiliency. You know what I mean? It's just amazing to me what this man of his size and stature can do in that side of that ring. And you know, the man is built like a brick shit house. And, you know, tonight we're going to get down to a lot of different details. We're going to get down to, you know, VCW, SPW, NEW, wrestling in Virginia, you know, also wrestling in different states, especially for you young guys that are getting in this ring. I don't care whether or not you have been in the ring or this business for that matter for 10 years or 10 days or 10 hours. This is the show to watch. This man will bring you such inspiration. He will let you know what he has been through throughout his career as well. And, you know, it's just, I really hope whoever watches this takes everything in, because that's all you can do when this man speaks, is take it all in. That's all you can do. He's done a lot for this, for the independent scene. You know, he's held numerous titles. You know, he's also the North American champion right now with Southside Pro Wrestling down at Virginia Beach, Virginia as well. Or, you know, just so much this gentleman does. He's also with the Platinum Enforcers with former ECW veteran C.W. Anderson as well, down in VCW over at Vanguard Championship Wrestling, which we're going to get into later as well. But you know, next week I'm even getting excited about. We're going to have none other than the very controversial Geordie Bulldogs. These guys, man, I don't know what to say about these guys, but I can't wait to have them on the show. You know, I traveled with them. I've been in different companies with them. Never had the pleasure of being in the ring, but I've seen what these guys can do. These guys are amazing. I love watching these guys because you're either going to make you laugh or they're going to make sure that they make the crowd and whoever else is in that ring cry, because they will put a beating on whoever steps in the ring with them. So next Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, www.theronpayneshow.com, where you guys are watching this, whether you guys are watching this on the website or going to YouTube, whichever the case may be. Tune in next week. You guys are going to love it. I promise you. Right now, we're going to get Phil Brown on the phone here. And we're going to have the opportunity to have an amazing hour with an inspirational guy. Hopefully we can get him on the first shot. Hopefully.
Hello?
Phil.
Yo.
Hey, man, it's Ron. Hey, man, how you been, brother?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Not much, man. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure, man. I'm glad I was able to get you on the show, man. As I was telling everybody here, some of the guys watching, you know, I'm excited to have you on the show. Like I got done saying earlier, you know, I know you in and out of the ring. I've had the privilege of facing you one-on-one. I know the type of man you are inside that ring, and what a tremendous athlete you are. I've heard the stories and everything else, and I figured, hell, this would be the best place to let all the young guys know that get into this business, even guys that have been in this business for years on end, to know what it's like to be in a daily lifestyle of platinum icon Phil Brown.
Thanks, man. That's a lot. This is like the first time I've ever done one of these. Like, I've been asked a couple times before about it. And I was always like, I guess what you call one of those humble guys. Like, I don't do that. But when you was to ask me about it the other day, I was like, sure, man, it's time to start sharing a little bit more, you know, outside of, you know, in-ring workout and stuff like that. But just, you know, somebody out there might want to hear something, you know, so.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's a great honor that you're able to do it for my show, especially if you've never done this. That's even more of a huge honor to me to especially have you on the show.
Yeah, first time ever.
Yes, sir. And like I said, I'm greatly appreciative of that. Now, you know, people have been to the shows. People, especially down in VA, they've been to the show. They've seen you wrestle. Anything else, man. And you know, I'm sure some of these the fans that are watching the show, because we do got a lot of fans actually. This is actually broadcast live right off of YouTube, and
Wow.
I spanned all the way across the world, believe it or not. I'd say maybe 65% of my viewers all come from overseas, which is pretty amazing. So
Man, that's big stuff right there.
yeah, absolutely. And you know, first and foremost, man, tell the viewers that are watching or listening, whatever the case may be, man. Where were you born, man? Where did you grow up at? You know, what actually got you into this?
I was actually born in North Carolina, right outside of Wilson. I mean, Goldsboro probably a little bit more popular area because military, I'm a military brat. And I was actually born in North Carolina, so I travel, you know, military brats, man. Wherever your dad goes, you go. So, you know, I've been in different, you know, states and stuff like that. But North Carolina is my hometown and my home state. And as far as what got me going in wrestling, I was a huge NBA fan. I always thought I was going to play NBA. Wrestling, I didn't get into wrestling until we moved to New Jersey, you know, for 3 years. My dad's Air Force and stuff. And WWF was, back then, was the only thing you could see up north. NWA and stuff, other stuff was not heard of. So only WWF at the time.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was hooked, you know, on Jimmy Snuka and Hulk Hogan. And then we moved back down here, down south. My dad retired here. And then NWA, WCW, all that stuff took over from there. It was like, wow, like a whole other thing going on that I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
And that's what got it kicked off, man, as far as wanting to be a wrestler. And then, you know, I kind of put the basketball thing to the side and said, look, let's hit the gym. Didn't know nothing about the gym, but kept doing chest and arms. Everybody on TV had big chest and big arms. So
Well, as I mentioned before on the show, you were built like a brick shit house. You know what I mean? I remember being in the ring with you, and I remember, because, a matter of fact, I think I said it to your face. Actually, I looked at you. I said, "Dude, I'm so afraid of getting hurt right now."
Yeah, man.
I was not sure what to think.
Yeah, we had fun in there, man. I mean, I think we worked maybe once where it was singles, I believe.
Yeah, we worked once. Matter of fact, actually, I mean, for people that are watching, if you go onto my Facebook page, over on the Ron Payne page, I actually got photos of me and Phil, a couple photos actually that were done during the show of me and Phil going at it.
Wow, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, like they're old pictures. It was St. Valentine's Day, or it was Valentine's Day. It was something, Valentine's Day Massacre or something like that.
Right.
Southside Pro Wrestling.
No, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, because it was me and you, and I think, oh yeah, we had at that moment, which we're gonna get into here in a minute. You're with the VA administration with. Yeah, my buddies. Oh yeah, Mark Anthony and Ray there. That was the first time I actually did a plancha actually over the top rope.
Yeah,
scared the hell out of myself.
You was good, man. I mean, I like the one thing I can remember standing out in that match is how fucking fast he was, man. And I like working fast. I mean, you know, I like to slow down, tell a story, but when it's time to go, you was like right on time. So that's the kudos to you on that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't hear that a lot. You know, sometimes when I hear, "Hey, you work too fast," you know, that's just always the way I was. And finally, you know, matter of fact, for that time, for a long period of time, I was a face. I was a good guy for a very long time in that company, and never had that chance to actually go heel. And once I finally went heel, I learned how to slow it down and everything else, and just become really demented in the whole Ron Payne thing. When I went from Wild Child Payne to Ron Payne, it was just a complete, utter, like, 360 in my mind and my demeanor when I got in that ring. I couldn't believe how much more fun I had being a bad guy.
yeah, you did your thing. You definitely did down in a couple of matches I saw you down at New. It was definitely a different worker than he was at SPW, which I like. I like the transformation and I think you and Sean Adams doing your team thing there. You guys blended very well. I haven't talked to Sean in a long time, but I mean, if he's listening, hey Sean, how you doing?
Yeah, I talk to him every once in a blue moon. He's doing okay. I believe he's back with NEW now, I believe, and you know, actually, that's kind of like when I made my heel turn. Super kicked him in the face. And made him bleed, and that was it. I walked out laughing with my manager and my current wife, Ellie Mae Payne there, you know, so we had a lot of fun doing that. And then I ended up suffering some semi-career ending injuries, and slowly but surely been working my way back. So hopefully soon I'll be back in there, hopefully. But we'll see.
Good, man. Good to hear that. Very good to hear that.
You know, but now, if you could, man, give the viewers a little bit of a background on the VA, the Virginia administration. You know,
the VA basically what it was you had myself, you know, Ray Storm, Mark Anthony, and it was just, you know, those guys I've known for a long time, a real long time. Me and Ray's tag team thing, it kind of took off pretty well. We had a fun run with that. With Mark, it was what it was. It was hard. You know, he had to pretty much run the company and then try to be, you know, performer also, which is pretty difficult to do. You know, I mean, you don't see Vince McMahon trying to do both of those things. It's just too difficult to do. So me and Ray was pretty much the workhorses on that. And I mean, we had a good little run at it, and then we kind of branched off. And like I said, I enjoyed the tag team. And I remember one specific night. I think the first time we worked at the Norfolk Spoke for SPW, and I had molded myself like, okay, tag matches. That's it. That's all that matters. I want to put the best performance on as possible. And we had a little mix-up on the card, I believe. My bag was somebody didn't show or couldn't show up, or so the card got changed. And I ended up working Sanjay Dutt in a singles match.
Oh, man, that was an awesome match, because that was actually my first time being at the Scope also performing, because we did the tag team battle royal that was just one big cluster.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that battle royal. And overall, that was a successful night for SPW. But it also, me and Sanjay going at it, kind of lit a fire. And I had pretty much, did so much singles. I was like, okay, let's do some tag now. But when I wrestled, me and Sanjay did our thing in there, and then he gave me a big props and kudos and let me know that I still can go as a single competitor too. So I started feeding back more into that. I still did a few tags here and there, but I went more singles. So right now, me as PW Anderson are also my trainer. We do our thing in BCW, which I'm having a ball because from what I told about that, they asked PW, who do you want to team with? And, my name came up, and that's an honor right there.
Yeah.
Doing that with him. And I'm having a blast with CW. I'm also doing single stuff in other places, but, I love teaming with CW. Very creative guy. Awesome man.
Yeah. Well, if I'm mistaken, you have a show coming up with Southside Pro Wrestling, actually, against Kevin Quill, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be showing that flyer later for all you fans out there that want to go check it out. We'll be doing our own little commercials here as well. So we'll have a whole bunch of flyers. You're also teaming with C.W. Anderson again, I believe, with coming up here again with Vanguard Championship Wrestling, correct? In October?
Yeah, that's this Saturday night. Me and C.W. against the Denny's, Dory Bulldogs, which could be tremendous. I'm really looking forward to locking up with those guys again.
Oh,
last time we did the thing, my wrist got broke, so I'm hoping the big Kasapi is going to be ringside so I can, get inside, get with him a little bit just to show him how this wrist is doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, it's actually kind of ironic because they will be my guest next week on this show.
Oh really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well. Let's see, that'll be after the show, so I'm pretty sure they'll tell you you're about to ask what they're going to get. So.
All right, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Now, once again, for the fans and the viewers that are watching, where and when did you get your start? Better yet, how old were you when you actually started training and everything, and where at?
Funny story about that. This is dead honest truth. I was 15 years old when I had my first match. Didn't know shit. And me and Steve Perez, you might remember Steve Perez.
Yes.
Awesome talent in Virginia. Me and him snuck down all the way down to South Carolina. We met a guy with the Indies. We didn't know nothing. We just went to an indie show that was held here in Virginia. We cooked up with a guy, and he's like, come on down to South Carolina. You won't know how to wrestle. We snuck down there and ended up having our first match. And that was with him. And we never looked back. And, we did tremendous stuff. I didn't have the average childhood, man. A lot of friends, it was out, we doing that thing. How it was in high school, middle school. You go to parties and dances and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Friday night, man, I was glued to a TV set, back then at VCRs and stuff. And so I was watching tapes every weekend. I never went out. I never, ran the streets, never got in any trouble or stuff like that. I was a kid who wanted to live a dream. I tell people, these kids at these schools I've been to, I always tell them that wrestling wasn't something I just fell into because I couldn't do nothing else. It's all I ever wanted to do. It was like, I didn't get hurt playing football or anything like that. So, you know what? It's time for me I'm going to try wrestling. No. Never nothing like that. And I preach that, if you got a passion for this, it's something that comes to you naturally. You don't go out and say, I'm going to find a passion. No, the guys I know like yourself, and all the other guys that really have sacrificed a lifetime of stuff, from marriages to kids, to family members, to jobs, and everything circled around wrestling. You wanted to have something that connect with wrestling, and it's either you was on board or you wasn't. And that's how it was for me. I had to, break myself off from different things to focus on my goals and my dreams to make myself happy too. So, and that's what it is. That's the start I got, man. The start I got is tremendous. I never, I don't regret anything making a decision about chasing this dream. A lot of ups and a lot of downs, but I'm still here. So obvious is what I'm supposed to be doing in life. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, for those that are watching and don't know, now you had originally, if I'm not mistaken, you actually signed kind of almost signed like a development deal with WWE at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a quick thing. And so, that's a crazy story. It was me and a guy named King Noble. He ended up going down to FCW in developmental. And you know how the business works, man. It happens. But we both got offered, contracts one night in Richmond College on a SmackDown. And at the time, man, they can only take one of us, and he went before I did. And mine never really came to, fruition. So I took it with a grain of salt. I ended up going down there anyway, getting the workout and stuff. But it was numerous of times that I was very close to like getting a full-fledged contract. And I believe I talked to a guy named, his name was Simon. He did the Simon Dean gimmick for WWE.
Yeah.
And at the time, he was one of the talent guys that was always bringing me in for extra work. And he sent me an email not too long ago, like, Phil, you was right there. He was right there. Not only that, me and CW teamed up and we worked Tommy Dreamer and Brandon Scott one night for GCW. And I remember after the match, and Tommy Dreamer looked me and CW in the face. He was like, it's a shame you guys are not on TV. I put a lot of time in trying to develop a good look and try to really work on my craft here. And, sometimes the comments you get is just as good as making it to where you want it to be. And especially from guys that got respect in this business. And sometimes that's all you need, man. It keeps you going. And I've always told people that, I used to pray to God, I want to be a pro wrestler. So he granted me, one match. I did my first match, and, tasted this dream. And everything else after that is extra stuff that God has given me. All I asked was to be a pro wrestler. If you have one match in this business, you are considered a pro wrestler, right or wrong.
Very true.
And if that's, that's all I've asked for. I didn't ask for nothing else after that. So the some odd years after he granted me one match, he's given me more than I asked for. I can't be mad. I can't be upset about anything. And it's not over. That's why it's not over, man. It's just actually getting started. I got a lot of big things coming up. It's not over. Stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned.
There's one thing I've always learned, that no matter what you do, no matter how long you've done it, especially in pro wrestling, everything that you've ever done in your entire career, whether you've been in there for 20 years, 20 days, or 10 years or 10 days, everything is going to be an experience of a lifetime, and you can never learn too much.
Yeah, definitely. That's the truth right there. You said it all. You can't get any better than that.
Now, now when it came to you started to talk about the team with C.W. Anderson and everything else. I can guess exactly where the name Platinum Enforcers came from. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. If nobody can get that, well, I'm sorry, you need to get hit in the head with a tack hammer if you don't know what that means, obviously. and where they got that from. So I don't have to go over that for you people at home. You talked about, teaming up with him and everything else. And what kind of experience is it being in a ring, and let alone teaming with this gentleman, C.W. Anderson? Because at first, believe it or not a lot of people realize it. Heck, I didn't know about it until VCW. I went to the very first show I went to. You actually end up, for the first time ever, teaming with C.W. Anderson. It's when you turned your back on, I forget who you were in the ring with at that time. You turned your back on him, and you end up teaming with C.W. Anderson afterwards. That was the first VCW show I ever went to.
Oh, wow.
So my question to you is, like I said, what is it like teaming with this gentleman? I mean, what is it like being in the ring and being in the presence of C.W. Anderson, knowing what he's done in this business?
Man, when it comes to CW, I'm a sponge. She called me SpongeBob. SpongeBob SquarePants, man. I'm soaking up everything he says. This guy was ECW, Japan. I mean, he had some of the best matches I've seen on the Indies and on some of the TV shows. CW he's like a book. I'd probably say him and Steve Carino, man. I like listening to them two talk. I mean, their knowledge is tremendous. And that's what you get. I'm lucky. I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky person to be even, first of all, he trained me. So imagine the years before I got in the ring, really. He was already, pretty much beating the crap out of me, but I learned a lot from it. But now, putting stuff together and teaming up, and so his psychology and what he thinks he comes up with is amazing. That's why I'm really expecting to blow the roof off this place Saturday night for VCW up in Norfolk. It's I don't know, man. It's tremendous to be able to call him or inbox him, email him questions, and the guy answers everything. It's a blessing. Like I said, the psychology part, man, he's one of the smartest men I've ever met in my life. And I don't take it for granted. I take everything as a blessing, man, with being able to be put in this position with CW. So I'm just really looking to branch out more. I mean, he's passing on a lot of experience to me and a lot of knowledge. Like I said, you can't get no better than that. The knowledge, if you get that kind of knowledge, and you don't even have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it, man. You pretty much just, listen to it. I mean, you got 3,000 hours of knowledge there. So that's what it is for CW, man. It's been a crazy, just mentioning the CW name, it's been a crazy day here. A lot of stuff happened over the weekend, and I was just conversating with him this morning. And he was pretty fired up. I haven't seen CW that fired up in a long time. He was pretty fired up. Just waiting to get with him Saturday is going to be tremendous, because now he's pissed. So
fair enough.
So I know we're gonna come up with some good stuff. So
yeah, oh yeah. It's funny when you talk about just soaking stuff up. I had the opportunity at a local show down there with NEW. Actually, it was pretty much their big, it was like a month before their 1 year anniversary. We did a show at a local college out there. It was Elizabeth City University, matter of fact. And I had the privilege, I pretty much spent the entire day with Marcus Bagwell, Buff Bagwell, to the young guys out there. I had the privilege and the opportunity to hang out with Buff Bagwell. Even after the show, it was amazing. I got to drive him wherever he went to. I was kind of like an usher almost, but kind of like it was just an ultimate experience for me, because all we did was talk about wrestling. And everything he told me, everything that almost the entire night we hung out. And we even went to a bar. Man didn't drink at all or anything else. He enjoyed company of who was in there and everything else like that, and he was just like a delight to be around, because you know, when you get to know somebody, especially that big of a name that, you know, has been in this business for years on end, such as C.W. Anderson, also, you know, you're like a sponge, just like you said. You know, you soak up everything that like
Yeah.
these guys have to offer to you, because you know that if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be where you're at, and if it wasn't for the people before them, they wouldn't be where they're at in order for us to be where we're at. So I mean, it's an amazing experience that like myself and you and all these guys that are inside this business today, man. um, you know, these guys, like, you guys gotta understand something. If you guys get that chance to be and get the chance to talk to a lot of these guys, whatever the case may be, soak it up with a sponge, man, because you new guys that are just getting into this business have no idea what it's like to be able to just to soak up everything that knowledge has to offer you. And just like I said before, you can never learn too much in this business, no matter how many years you've been in.
Exactly. He was putting I mean, like you say, he was chauffeuring him around, man. But to me, that was God putting you in the right position. You know, I remember, you know, talking to you personally. You were dealing with a lot of personal issues, and sometimes, you know, I put a post on Facebook not too long ago how I feel like pro wrestling was like my second parent. It raised me. It raised me to become who I am now. It's just like wrestling, like an outlet. People don't understand. They look at us and say, you know, you guys, you know, just think about it. Every weekend you do a show, whether it's a big indie company or a small backyard town. For that day, you're the idol of those fans. They can't wait to see you. They see the flyers, and they're living their life through you. And sometimes people forget that we actually are human. That, you know, when that stage and that light is cut off, we go back to real reality. You know, you got bills just like everybody else. You got car troubles like the next man. You got job issues like the next man. You got where's the food coming from like the next family. You know, I mean, we live a real life, and just to be able to get away from that, even for a 5-hour car ride, a 3-hour show, when you're done and you're back home, it's Sunday, it's like, let's go, work time. Wrestling is a huge outlet for, you know, us guys that do it. It gives us a chance to get a break, you know, and some people don't get the break that we get. Like, hey, the lights are off in the house on Saturday, Sunday, you got to figure a way to get them out. You got to figure a way to get them back on. I mean, if the lights are off in our house on a Saturday, we get away to go wrestle for a few hours. We ain't thinking about that. We think about it the next day. But, you know, so that's the difference. And that's what, you know, wrestling is more than just a dream to me. It's a social outlet. It's a chance to get away from reality, step outside that box of being everyday Phil Brown to becoming, you know, the character that I do when I'm out there doing my thing. So, you know, Ron, you know how it is, man. We talk personal many times.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've had many talks, many heartbreaks, and many times just, you know, depressed and all that stuff. But, you know, God bless for being wrestling. But, you know, whoever came up with it, God bless you, because I owe you my life, basically. And that's how it is, man. Like I said, Ron, you know, there's 1,000 other guys out there that know this story. So, any of the young guys out there listening, you're going to have some rough times. But if you got something to rely on to separate those hard times and have a good time, please. I don't care if it's wrestling or if you like playing pool or basketball or whatever, go after it. Do your thing. Don't let nobody control you and tell you that you can't do something.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned your wrist injury. I could definitely relate to that. Definitely I could relate to that. You were actually there when I broke my arm in 5 different places. You were probably most concerned out of anybody. Well, most concerned for 2 reasons. One, that was the first show you actually ever showed up without your knee pads.
Yeah. Saved my life that day.
And it was funny, though, because I remember, for those that don't know the story, when after I broke my arm and everything else like that, we had gone over everything, and I told Phil. He came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, can I borrow your knee pads? They're black. I need them for my." I was like, "Yeah, man, no problem." Not even without missing a beat. I was just about to get into the car to go out to the hospital, and I literally got stripped down. Everything but my drawers, pretty much, by Phil Brown because he needed my knee pads for the day.
And, I was worried about I was worried about the wrist. I needed those damn knee pads.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that was the one thing because you and a select few people were the ones that actually, you know, while I was doing the recuperating and everything else like that, even though I should have been out for a year and a half, and I was back in the ring a month and a half later.
Oh wow!
And matter of fact, I took on Sterling that night for my first match back, and we were listed in the top 15 out of the PWI 500 Match of the Year. So,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we were in top 15, man. So we had a blast for that one, man. That was a awesome accomplishment for us. And but you and like I said, you and a select few people, man, you guys really kept track, and between the Facebook messages and everything else, seeing how I was doing and everything else, I'm very grateful to have you as a friend as well. And I'm very blessed for the family I created in this, you know, industry of wrestling.
Right. Amen to that. Amen to that. We, you know, blood brothers, man. Both had broken wrists, you know, with tremendous other personal things we had to deal with. And, you know, I always call the guys who've been very good to me, actually brother in this business that you can turn to. Even just to lend an ear. You know, I might have something I need to get off my chest. You can't do that too much, man. Not in this game. Not in this business. You don't need to pick a handful, man. That will really keep it, you know, the way it needs to be. And it's unfortunate because everybody's chasing the same dream. Well, let me get that correct. Everybody's not chasing the same dream. Some people are in it for the wrong reasons, and then you got the ones who hustle and bustle, you know, week in and week out, trying to make this thing happen. So, you know. Big props to anybody out there who never cared, because they truly care about me, and I have much respect. And trust me, I care about you guys just as much as you think, you know, that you care about me. So, always there for anybody, man.
Oh yeah, you got one of the best hearts I've ever seen on a man, brother, and it's for damn sure. Real quick, I want to get these semi-commercials out of the way here, so you know, if you're going to be on live with me anyway, so if you have something to say about some of these events going on down by you, man, please feel free to chime in, you know?
Definitely.
November 21st, 2015, NWA Fusion Wrestling presents Fallout by Body by D Gym. These guys put on one hell of a show. Me and Phil, we both had the opportunity to be part of Fusion at one point or another. And these guys put on one hell of a show. So if you guys get a chance, and if you guys are watching, whether it's live or you guys go back later, definitely go to www.bodybydgym.com or fusion-wrestling.com as well. Go check these guys out. These guys are amazing.
Hashtag Mark Rivera, underrated, most underrated wrestler in the game. Great mind, Mark Rivera. Shouts out to Mark Rivera.
Definitely, Memphis Mofo, man. Definitely. If you guys get a chance, man, check out his YouTube videos, man. They're great. I love watching his YouTube videos.
Yes.
Kind of froze out here for a minute, so while we're waiting for my computer to kick back in, I've been having some issues. We got a storm going on here, so
yeah.
I don't know if people can actually hear me or what the case may be, so we're going to keep it going here, hopefully. Let's see what happens here. I don't know what's going on anymore. So we are going to definitely see, because my computer actually froze on me. So I don't even know if we're live right now. I'm a little upset by that. And let's figure this out here. That might actually be a problem. I got one of these computers, guys. Sorry, bear with me here. I don't know who's still on or whatever the case may be. And I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. That is so weird right now. I have no idea. I honestly don't know what the hell happened. I am actually not live right now.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what in the world just happened. So that is not good. So let's see if I can't get this up and running again. And we are back live. I think, yeah, we are back live right now. Hopefully, you know, hopefully people can see us. If not, let me do this then. This is not working out today. For those that are watching live or about to watch it again or about to view this on YouTube, whatever the case may be, I'm going to give everybody the link right now so there is no complications. And for those wondering what just happened, we have a bad storm going on here, so
yeah, we got one down this way.
yeah, it's hitting everywhere though.
Yeah.
It's been affecting everything, and it might be affecting my my ordeal here, especially. Yeah, it's gonna mess me up here also. I figured that much, bastard. Let's do it the old school way here. Once again, sorry to anybody who is watching this live or whatever the case may be. Hopefully you guys find us again. I will get this back up and running. I promise you guys that. And of course you're gonna give me a hard time, aren't you? I'm going to post this to Facebook for everybody, Phil. This way everybody can see this here.
Oh, sweet. Appreciate it, man.
And I'm just going to give them the direct link to YouTube. This way everybody knows what's going on. Alright, now it's posted to YouTube. Once again, sorry about that, folks. And we're going to continue on, and hopefully we won't have this issue again. So, October 31st, Feast or Fears, Next Evolution Wrestling. Me and Phil, we've both been part of these shows before, and these guys do an amazing job just as well as anybody else. Half of these guys that we talk about here on the show are half of them are all part of these shows that we're getting ready to show you here anyway. We got guys like the tag team invitational tournament. They call that the
Yeah.
TTIT. Are we gonna be seeing Phil Brown maybe part of that tournament?
Man, I would love to be in that. I would love to. Just depends on, what they got going on, and if they already got their invitationals already out there.
Especially on Halloween night.
Yeah, Halloween night, yeah. That would be tremendous.
You guys can go to Next Evolution, or guys can go to evolutionwrestling.com. See them on Facebook, whatever the case may be. You guys got stars like Damian Wayne, Asafi, the NEW champion, which is Bo Crockett. He got the Geordie Bulldogs as well. You got some guys from Fusion going on there, and just so much stuff going on. They're gonna have a costume contest for all the young kids that are showing up in their costume, stuff like that. Just one big giant family entertainment night of good old fashioned ass whoopings.
Yes, 100%. 100% ass whoopings.
Oh yeah. Rumble at the Rec, Hampton Roads Championship Wrestling over at the No Review Recreational Center. Friday night, October 2nd, which is actually this Friday.
Yeah. Something going on.
Oh yeah, doors open at 6:15 p.m. $12 admission. Bell time starts at 6:30, and no tickets are sold at the door, so you guys have to call 757-589-8091 or contact somebody over at Hampton Roads Championship Wrestling on Facebook, or hcwwrestling.com as well. You guys can check all these guys out.
Support them locally.
Yes, big. I'm very big on that as well. I said it every single time for anybody that is watching. Again, go out and support your local wrestling company. Support your local wrestlers. Show that you care, because they're putting their bodies on the line just to entertain you guys. Because you guys want to be part of something that's bigger than you are. These guys will give it to you. Absolutely 110%.
Exactly.
And then here we are, Saturday, October 10th. Wow. Got a huge card, huge main event for the North American Championship bout. That will take place at Boys and Girls Club. You'll see Platinum icon Phil Brown versus Kevin Quill, and amongst other names, Lucius Lee, my apologies, Benjamin Banks. Got Samantha Shock. You also got Sonic Boom. My apologies. Wow. Got say it again.
I said, ooh.
Yeah, you got it.
Sonic Boom. But yeah, I haven't heard those names in a while.
No, got Brittany Cole, Big MC, Kevin Cross. You got Pain and Suffering gonna be part of the show as well. You got Bo Crockett versus Sterling Williams. Man, Joe King's gonna be there. You guys they got a huge thing going on. I'm sure you guys will see the Dustman, Mark Anthony, along with others. So definitely go out and check out these guys, especially that Phil's going to be in. You guys got to go see Phil Brown. If you guys haven't seen him before, now's your chance to go see him.
Yeah, you got to come out and see me. Man. Come out and see me whoop the hell out of Kevin Quill for the 10th time.
And would you believe... What we're going to do is, would you believe I don't know what the hell's going on my computer.
It's doing its own thing tonight.
It's doing something. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. But it's hurting me, man. I'll tell you what. Because it just, I don't know. But, what we're going to do is, since I'm having such bad problems, Phil, I'm going to let you go here, man, and